Demari, welcome to my YouTube channel, and today I'm going to be doing the weekly tarot reading for the sign of Taurus. Please keep in mind this is a general reading, so it may not apply to each and every one of you. However, you can take a look at this week's reading in regards to your sun, moon, rising and Venus signs. So do take a look at your natal chart, see the corresponding zodiac signs and see which video's title resonates for you most. Now, with regards to the readings moving forward, I have changed the schedule. So instead of doing monthly general readings, they'll now be weekly, and it's the shadow work readings that will now be on a monthly basis for each sign. Now, with this week's reading, I'll be pulling one card from each of the 3 oracle decks I have here. So I'll pull the, oops, I just want to swap this around. There we go. Better. So what we'll do is we'll pull one card from the Quantum Oracle, just to get the key theme of the week and also the main energies. We'll then get some divine guidance using the Work Your Light deck, and then we'll pull some sacred feminine wisdom from within using the Divine Feminine Oracle. With regards to the tarot messages, I'll be using the Intuitive Tarot and clarifying further with the Waite deck. So, Taurus, let's get into your reading. So just while I shuffle your cards again, I want to say a quick thank you to everyone who's been liking, commenting, subscribing, and even sharing my videos. It means a lot to have your continued support, so thank you so much for being a part of this community. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do, and don't forget to hit the notifications bell so you're informed of when your next set of readings goes on the channel. If you'd like a personal reading with myself, you can find the information in the description box below. Alright? So, Taurus, the first card you have from the Quantum Oracle is Dark Thoughts. So this card has popped up a few times in this week's reading for a couple of other signs as well. So it may be that you're struggling with something specific, okay? It could be that there's a certain situation that really does bring you down energetically. That there doesn't seem to be, I mean, in this case, for you, in this particular reading, I'm very much drawn to the maze itself rather than any other aspects. I feel like this is how you're feeling. Like everything that you're trying to navigate in your life just feels like one giant maze, you know? It feels like one way or another, you always end up in a dead end. No matter which way you turn, no matter how far you try to backtrack and find the way out, you just seem to always hit a dead end. That's what I'm feeling for you. That's how it feels for yourself, right? You could be feeling as well that when it comes to your work, maybe if you're in lockdown currently, you may have had to work from home. You may have had a situation where, you know, you've had less work and it's made you realize how much you despise being a part of the rat race, okay? I'm also getting that as an additional message. So take that however it resonates, if it does for yourself. But definitely I feel like there's something weighing heavy on your mind, and I feel like it's generally how you're feeling about life overall. So not the best energy to start with, I have to say, but let's see if we can turn that around for you. After all, that's the whole point of the reading, right? So let's see what wisdom and guidance you can get from the Divine, from the Work Your Light deck now, that can help you overcome this burden, okay, and this feeling of constantly being in a maze, being in the rat race. So what can help Taurus this week overcome these dark thoughts and negativity when it comes to their lifestyle or their career in general? Okay, so the card you have is Don't Dim to Fit In. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? So that is very significant, okay? This is pretty much on the money, if you ask me, in terms of what is occurring at this time. For those of you who I'm picking up on, I feel like you are getting this sense that you're selling yourself short, okay, by being, I don't know, in the current environment that you're in. It could be with regards to, as I said, your career. Maybe it's an employment opportunity that's come in and you accepted, and now you're starting to realize that perhaps this isn't the right fit for you because you are, say for example, if you're doing a 9-to-5 office job, but you're actually extremely creative and artistic, then maybe you feel like you're really just kind of dimming your light in order to just do the done thing, you know, get that steady paycheck. But whatever this is, whatever you feel like you're compromising on, you're being asked to look at that, okay? Because obviously it is bringing you down energetically, and I feel like intuitively you're realizing that this is not your calling, right? And you're doing yourself a disservice by just staying put in jobs or situations or environments that doesn't serve your higher purpose, right? So yeah, that's definitely a key message here for you, Taurus. Really getting that sense of being very unfulfilled in a certain situation. Really do get a feeling for a lot of you that I'm picking up on, it is to do with work or your home life, okay? So let's see what the Divine Feminine Oracle has to say with regards to this. What sacred feminine energy will present themselves this week to help Taurus change their circumstances for the better? Okay, so the card you have is Perpetua, the Saint of Authenticity. And the affirmation here is, I am my authentic self in all circumstances. So this is perfect. I mean, these cards, I couldn't have picked a better combination myself, because this sums up exactly what I'm saying, right? You know that you're not living authentically in one way or another. In some shape or form, you're not, okay? Whether it's because of an employment that you're currently in, you know, a job that you're in, if it's because of expectations from family members, society in general, whatever it is, right? You know that there's some aspect of your life that isn't authentic to who you truly are and your true calling, or how you feel you need to conduct yourself and lead your life. So that's definitely coming into view to kick off the new year for you, Taurus, so that you can actually work through that, get to the bottom of what is the issue, and start making those necessary changes, right? Not to say that it will be a walk in the park necessarily, depending on what it is, but it can be done for sure, right? It's just, it might take some time, preparation, you know, divine timing as well is, you know, always a key factor, so, but it's good to at least get the ball rolling, right? So I've already shuffled the tarot cards as well, but I just like to go again on camera. But apparently my shuffling is absolutely awful today. So, I mean, it wasn't a minute ago, but unfortunately, I don't know what's going on. Anyway, moving on. I'll stop rambling and we'll just get into it. But yeah, I feel like you are going to turn this around, to be honest. I feel like that's why it's coming into your conscious mind at this point. I feel like you may have been feeling dissatisfaction for some time, but not necessarily knowing what is the real reason or real cause behind it, right? But now it's coming into the forefront so that you can turn it around and lead a more fulfilling, authentic life. Okay. Not to say that you are not authentic, it's just that obviously some aspect of your life isn't, isn't a good fit for who you are and how you feel you should conduct your life, okay? So I just wanted to make that clear before anyone jumps down my throat, okay? So, first card you have from the intuitive deck is the High Priestess in reverse. So this is specifically Pisces energy, could be dealing with a Pisces or have it in your chart. But regardless, I feel like this is a time for expression, okay? It's a time to express oneself. And you're knowing that, you're understanding it. Like I said, intuitively, you know that you need to make this change in some aspect of your life, whether it's work, relationships, career, you know, whatever it is. Something has to change because it isn't the right fit for you. It's that simple. So I feel like you're going to vocalize that this isn't what you want anymore, or that a change is required and that you're going to be doing something differently, okay? Next card you have is the Star in reverse. That's Aquarius energy, okay? So yeah, it's asking you to really take a close look at in what ways are you dimming your light, okay? Because this is essentially what this is, right? You dimming your light. So in what ways has that been occurring? Why have you been doing that? Are you trying to people please in some way? Perhaps you're overextending yourself in you know, the office or wherever you work, right? For some of you, I definitely get a sense that you have a 9-to-5 office job. I really get that. And it's just become so mundane that you can't even bear the thought of going back once, you know, lockdown is lifted if you're currently in lockdown. But I feel like, yeah, you're realizing perhaps where you've been dimming your light, or you will come to realize that, and you'll start to see where changes are needed, how you can alchemize and turn the situation around. Next card you have is the Page of Pentacles in reverse. So that's Earth energy, your energy, along with Virgo and Capricorn. So yeah, I feel like until you make those necessary changes, in order, or at least go into the pursuit of, you know, making those changes and seeking something that is more aligned to who you are and what you feel is the right fit for you, it's very hard for the universe to give you, you know, that opportunity, right? Because you first have to recognize that this is the case. Then you need to start taking steps, making plans, and then the universe can meet you halfway, right? So that's what you're being asked to do. You're being asked to take a different approach to this, right? Perhaps, you know, you've always just done things in a very set way because it seems to work, or it seems to, you know, just keep things ticking over, right? Keeps, you know, money coming in, even if it's not really the type of money that you want, or, you know, the kind of hours that you want to be doing, or, you know, you're in a relationship and everything's kind of okay, but it's not great. So, but things are more or less stable because they've been that way for some time. So you just kind of, you know, compromise on that level, you know, things of that nature. But I feel like now you're being asked to pull back, right? Pull your energy back from situations, environments, and connections that are not serving your highest good, right? Next card you have is the King of Cups. So this is specifically associated with Scorpio, so that could be significant. We have strong water showing up in your reading, okay? So you could be dealing with a water sign or have strong water placements. But I feel like, yeah, there is a need to ground oneself emotionally, right? So that you can overcome difficult, trying situations, right? Because if your mind is clouded in negativity and you're emotionally unstable, you know, very up and down, or just, you know, feeling overwhelmed, then it's going to be very difficult to see solutions. You're only going to see problems, right? So you're being encouraged to ground your energy at this time, especially, you know, emotionally, and also really take a close look at your thought process as well, because it's also feeding into this negative loop, okay? Because you're unhappy, right? You're unhappy with the situation. So if you're unhappy, then something needs to change, right? Because I do not see contentment here. This is the opposite of contentment. This is being discontent. So a change is absolutely required, Taurus. So the next card you have is the Six of Cups in reverse. More water energy. So yeah, this is perfect, because it was going back to what I just said as well. Like, there may have been a set way that you've done things in the past because of what you learned from family members, from, you know, teachers, what you were taught, right? The way you were shown. Maybe you had people kind of pushing you in a set direction. You never really felt like you got to explore what your true passions are. Or perhaps you feel like you had to leave, you know, a very strong past connection behind because, you know, people wouldn't approve of your union or something like that, right? But I feel like now you're kind of really revising that and bringing it into question. Did I make the right choice? You know, were these the right, was I taking the right advice on? Is it leading me down the path that I want to follow, right? So this is all coming into question at this time. And then the last card you have here is the Ace of Cups in reverse. So this is it. This is the epitome of your discontent right here, right? You're not happy. So let's turn that around, right? Let's turn it around, Taurus, because no one needs to just assign themselves to misery, right? Sure, there may be challenges, it might not be easy, it may be that you have a transition period that lasts months rather than it happening overnight, but either way, you know, once you start getting the ball rolling, things will start moving. I mean, just as I said that, I split the deck and look, we have the Sun and the Two of Pentacles in reverse. So that's confirmation right there, that you just need to get the ball rolling and the universe will meet you halfway, right? Okay, because I feel like this is something that you've been contending with for some time. And it's time to put an end to that, Taurus. You can't lead a life of misery, right? So let's see. Not to say that all aspects of your life are miserable, of course not, but there is some aspect here, at least one aspect of your life that you're really not content with. And I don't mean just like, you know, being okay but not finding it, you know, very, you know, exciting or anything like that, but just like it's really not working for you at this point. No matter how much you may dress it up or down in front of certain people, you're really discontented here. That's abundantly clear. I felt that pretty much from the beginning of your reading. Wow, okay. So, let's get into the clarifications. So clarifying the High Priestess here in reverse, you have the Two of Pentacles in reverse, Earth energy, your energy, along with Three of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, there is a need to express that this isn't working for me anymore. I'm tired of trying to keep everyone else happy and contented and making sure all of their needs are met and all of my tasks are carried out, even at the expense of my own mental and emotional well-being. I'm not getting the assistance or support that I need in order to carry out these tasks, especially if this is in a workplace situation, right? Or you're in your home environment. So you're choosing to make a change here. You're changing your environment one way or another. But this is like we've gone past, you've already had the realization. This is you now starting to vocalize this, right? And getting ready to take steps. Clarifying the Star card in reverse here. You have the Star card in the upright, so very strong Aquarius energy as well. And you have the Tower in reverse, so Scorpio coming in strong also. Some of you could have very strong Aquarius or Scorpio placements in your chart. But regardless, you know, two major arcanas clarifying a major arcana, and one of them being, you know, the Star card in the upright clarifying the Star in reverse. That's significant, okay? That's saying that this is kind of like a breakthrough realization that you're having. This is a breakthrough moment, that eureka moment when you realize, actually, I don't have to settle for something that makes me miserable. I don't have to do a job that works me to death and keeps me stagnant, stops me progressing towards actual goals that I have in mind for myself. You know, so this is you having that realization that this is not cutting it for me. This isn't working for me. I know this isn't what I want. I'm starting to form a strong vision of what it is that I do want. So now I need to start taking steps towards building anew, okay? Building from the ground up. So I wouldn't be surprised if this involves, you know, a relocation of some sort in the near future, or possibly just, you know, changing your workplace, changing your work environment, okay? Now clarifying the Page of Pentacles in reverse. You have the Magician, so Virgo energy. You have the Hermit in reverse, so we have strong Virgo. And we have the King of Pentacles, so that's you right there, Taurus, okay? So you could have very strong Virgo in your chart as well. But yeah, this is it. I feel like once you understand that you need to take the initiative, right? That you are co-creating your reality every single day, whether you consciously are aware of it or not. When you become more aware of it, then you can start doing something about it, right? But first you need to address that A, there is an issue, B, that you cannot continue as you are, and C, that, you know, it's up to you to take action, right? The universe can only meet you halfway. And I feel like that's what you're being called to do, right? To get into the energy of the magician, know that you have everything that you need to manifest these, significant changes, right? Because I feel like the reason why the Hermit's in reverse is because you already know the answer. You already know what is causing the problem, what is bringing dissatisfaction to your life, right? You're stable enough, you're grounded enough to be able to recognize and take responsibility for your life, right? And then do something about it. Because you are very abundant, Taurus, right? You manifest abundance easily, right? You just attract, right, material abundance like it's no tomorrow. The more you realize that, the more effortless it'll become. The more you believe that as well, the more effortless it'll become. So the more you stay in the positive energy of I can attract whatever it is that's really truly aligned to me, and it's my will to follow my true north, to go after my true, what feels truly right for me, that's when things will turn around. And that's when you'll start to see new opportunities opening up for you. Because, if you don't think that you are even worthy, or not even worthy, I don't get a sense of that in your reading. I feel like that's the wrong word to use. More like if you don't feel that it's meant for you, or that, things can change for the better, then obviously you're not going to see that. So it's really important that you keep your mindset and your energy positive while you start to make these plans, while you start to formulate a very clear vision, right, of what it is that you want. Clarifying the King of Cups here. You have the Emperor, so Aries energy, could be dealing with an Aries. And you also have the Page of Pentacles in reverse again. So we've got some repeats here as well. I feel like, you know that you are in a position to make these changes, right? With that Emperor energy as well. But it does require you first tackling your negative thought process, right? The way you are looking as well at the situation. If you feel like you're just a rat going around and around in the maze, then obviously that's not going to change. But if you change the association from, okay, perhaps that was true in the past, however, that is no more. That's I literally reject that as my reality. I refuse to have that as my set reality. What I am instead is not a rat caught in a maze. What I am is an emperor. I am a boss, right? It doesn't matter about gender. This is just the energy. This is someone who is an entrepreneur. This is someone who is a leader. This is, a CEO energy. This is a high-level executive, a manager, right? A founder, an innovator. Or even possibly someone that would be seen as iconic, right? But somebody who's, I feel it's a very strong business energy. So you may be interested in starting to go into business for yourself. But first you need to, again, tackle your thought process, and you may need to do some research, okay, into what is needed for you to start kicking things off with your business, if that's something you're considering. Now, clarifying the Six of Cups in reverse. You have the Sun card in reverse, so that's Leo energy, gorgeous. And you have the Two of Cups, wow. So you let go of something in your past that you really felt like was a great deal to you, right? It was something very important, very loving, abundant, like it was literally what you associate with joy, right? So this could be a love connection that you let go of in order to, pursue another connection that was seen as more, respectable, if you want to use that word. I mean, it's a ridiculous way to, term it, but you know what sort of thing I mean. Especially if your family wasn't approving of your past person, you may have, pursued a new connection that was more to your parents or family's liking, But I feel like you never forgot how this person made you feel. And I feel like it never really, even though you did come together with this person, it never really went much further because it was kind of cut dead, right? By outside forces, right? And it's a shame because it has a lot of potential. I see that here. So maybe you're considering reaching out to this person if that is the case for you, to see if it's possible to have a reconciliation, or at least just to get to know where they're currently at, especially if some time has elapsed, to see if they're even available, or if you could meet up and see if you're on the same page. For others of you, if this isn't about a past connection, this is about you coming into alignment with yourself, okay? Because right now you're not in alignment, because you're not living in your authentic light, right? So that's the thing. So you're being called to really address this so that you can bring your own divine feminine and masculine attributes into true harmony, right? And then you'll be sun in the upright, feeling happy, contented, well, stable, balanced, just joyful. So awesome. And then clarifying the Ace of Cups to wrap the reading with. You have the Two of Swords and you have the Devil in reverse. So Capricorn energy. So it's funny how we have all of the earth sign energies very much present in your reading. But yeah, I mean, this is all about your external world. This is all about your environment. This is all to do with the 3D, the material, right? But it's affecting you in mind, body, and spirit. The fact that some aspect of your life, at least one area of your life, if not possibly even two, i.e. work and love life, is really keeping you down, right? It's dragging you down. So there's a decision to make here. It's like you can either continue as you are because it's what you've always known, or you can choose to cut out the illusions, right? Cut through anything that is just false, right? Because that's what I feel like. I feel like if you're in a job that you hate, you're recognizing the falseness of it all. How people communicate in the workplace, where, they're all like fake cheesy smiles, but behind each other's back, they're just gossiping. And when, the boss is acting like they're trying to support you, when actually they're the ones that are putting more pressure on you to complete an unreasonable amount of work in a short period of time, or forcing you to overwork yourself, things like that, right? So cutting through illusions, right? Cutting through deception. So that's the choice you have to make. It's like, if you want to be content, really content, you have to be willing to make tough decisions, right? Such as walking away from a connection, walking away possibly from certain family members, walking away from a job that doesn't fulfill you or doesn't give you what you feel you need at this time, okay? So Taurus, I really hope that helps. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you found it useful, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And don't forget to hit the notifications bell. And yeah, at the end of the day, like I said, it's not about having everything mapped out and, turning your whole life around in a day, right? It's just getting the ball rolling. So that's what you're being called to do this week. So if this is you, I do recommend starting to take a very close look at, start taking stock of all aspects of your life. And where you see that things are really not aligning, then you need to start making your plans, okay? So sending you guys lots of love and support, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.